welcome back. Let's talk about Elon. Let's say you have to compel Elon around your product. We just give him a call, hopefully him answering, hopefully him not turning you down. That probably doesn't work in real life, right? So you need to figure out a way to get his attention. I have a great one-pager to share with you guys on how to do that. But what's most important is not the one-pager, it's how you get there, how you put your story together. I want to share with you the method, and we're going to use this method right now, my compel to transform method to do exactly that. Let's get into SpaceX. Let's talk about SpaceX. They have their own vision, mission, which is to revolutionize space technology with the ultimate goal of enabling people to live on other planets. It sounds great. Let's say you have a piece of technology that could help SpaceX. We're going to talk about like your piece of technology. The first step is to clarify the value, like how valuable is your product. So you need to figure out what problem you can actually resolve for Elon that will create outstanding value for him to fulfill his vision and mission. So it's not about only the problem, it's also about the value. So it's a discussion about both. So let's take a big problem. The big problem with taking off. We've been using rockets and taking off from Earth the same way pretty much in the past decades. It hasn't changed a lot, and there's limitations and reasons for that. But let's say the big problem is the fact that it's risky, challenging, expensive, and ultimately it's limiting a lot of things. Among those things is our transportability. You can't launch 1,000 or 1,000,000 people on one rocket. So there's a lot of limitations. The big problem requires a big solution. And by the way, the solution is bogus, right? It doesn't make sense, but it's just for the exercise, okay? So let's say the big solution is taking off from space with this spaceport, some sort of airport on the platform, which is avoiding the mess of dealing with gravity, and then you're taking off from space. It's great. Amazing, isn't it? So let's say that's your value. You're resolving this big problem with your big solution. Your step number 2 is to set a destination. Like, where are you going with your product? What's your vision? What's the whole goal? The great thing is that you only need to attach yourself to Elon's vision. Your product is instrumental. It's the first interspatial port, which is instrumental to deliver on Elon's vision for interplanetary colonization. So you're helping him deliver on his vision. You're sharing a destination, basically. Your step number 3 is to map the journey, the steps and the sequence to get there. We're going to make it super easy. For the example, let's just say you're going to prototype, and then you're going to build a product, and then you're going to use it. In the next 4 months, this spaceport, it will be functional. Again, it's bogus, but it's for the exercise. Step number 4, it's knowing how to compel Elon. You need to have a strategy. I call that an audience strategy, an effective audience strategy to gain his attention and generate the desired reaction. You want him to react in a certain way. It comes down to 30 seconds, one PowerPoint slide to convince him your idea is worth his time and money. That's all you need to do. Your goal is not to get his money, not to get the investment, not to get a contract. You just need to convince him you're worth his time and money. The bar is fairly low normally, but because it's Elon, it's crazy high. It's crazy demanding. So let's just try it out. Let's just try out this one pager. If we start the clock, let's go for it. Mr. Musk, we have this amazing idea where we can gain 10 years on our journey to colonize Mars while reinvesting 3% of ops cost in the world's first interspatial port. How we do that is by building this spaceport, which has a habitable structure. It generates its own power with a modular design where we can modify the height of it. We can prototype, produce, and launch it and get everything functional by 2030. It creates amazing value because it's 100 times more capable to transport cargo and people, and it's 10 times less risky to travel and 5 times less costly. It's cheaper to build rockets now. If you check the time, we're around 30 seconds. The great thing about this one pager and sticking to your 30 seconds is because you're reaching your goal to convince him his time, his money is well worth it just talking to you, because you have a how. You have a secret formula to give him time, give him money, and a lot more value from that as well. It's not only time and money, there's plus value. So that's the outstanding value you bring forward. So this is how this one pager works for you. Again, the story drives and the one pager supports, right? It's not about the visual driving. It's about you knowing what to say, how to say it, and the visual is just there to support your narrative. And ultimately, you don't need the visual if you got your story straight. Okay? So step number 5 is to look forward and figure out what's your next move. You got to ask for more time to show details, and you got to start thinking about locking in the investment for a prototype and the talent and resource to make that happen. Now, always ask for help, okay? And I'm here to help you guys. This might not be as easy as it seems, and there's the guide for you that shows you the detailed questions and even answers for creating compelling stories, compelling narratives, and for reaching out to your audience and getting what you want. I'm going to ask you for a bit of help right now. I need some ideas from you guys. I'm going to see you in the next video, but I want the next video to be about you, about who you want me to compel and what product and service you want me to use. I look forward to getting your comments, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.